Oh, that reminds me. Wasn't even planning on reading this. I don't know if this has any bearing on anything. I don't know who wrote it. I don't know why it came out of nowhere all of a sudden. I saw it posted a couple different places. I'm just going to read you it, and you can, maybe you've heard or seen stuff about it and can tell me if it's fake, unless it got deleted. Oh, okay. So it got posted by someone named
Jared Kushner.
Justice Wallace on Facebook. That's who I shared it from. And it's a big conspiracy. It's screenshots and Snapchats of stuff. So it says, so I'm at the Office of Congress Library website and came across this book written in 1893. And the title of it is Heron Trumps.
Oh, yeah.
Are you familiar with this?
The Trump books?
Yeah.
It's got Barron in it?
Yeah.
Wasn't the Adventures of Barron Trump?
Oh, yeah, Barron Trump.
Yeah.
So I'll just go through this and then we can talk about it. So the book is about a boy named Barron Trump who found a secret portal and time travel, but that's not the crazy part. Barron Trump obviously is Donald Trump's son.
Yeah.
There's a picture of what Barron Trump looked like a portrait drawn.
Yeah, it's a real book. I've seen it.
Yeah. He looks oddly familiar, or they look oddly similar.
Yeah, it's a real book.
In the book, Barron Trump had a mentor. He looked up the name. Guess what? Don.
Yeah, Don Trump, his mentor.
Yeah, the shit gets even crazier. All this shit in the book takes place in Russia. Melania Trump, what does this say? Born in Slovenia, so she is Russian. 1900s, the last presidents. 4 years later, in 1896, the same author writes a sequel to the book, but he calls it The Last President.
Yeah.
Okay. The book is about a very wealthy man who lived in New York on Fifth Avenue who ran for president but wasn't expected to win. Trump Tower is on Fifth Avenue. And in the book, when he won, it surprised everybody and people started rioting and protesting. And after his inauguration, he started signing executive orders. But there's more. Sorry, I'm trying to read it, but paraphrase it. Remember, this book was written over 124 years ago. But anyways, after his inauguration, he started picking people for his cabinet. And guess who one of those people were? In the book, Pence, Lafay Pence.
Yeah, I forgot about this.
In the book.
I read this before we started podcasting, so I completely forgot about it.
Yeah. Lafay Pence is in the book who he picked as his vice president or whatever. Obviously, Pence is the vice president right now. Let's see. In 1943, one of the most famous inventors named... This is where...
What's the title of the first book? Is The Adventures of Barron Trump?
Yeah.
I could probably post a link.
So... This is kind of another tangent on it. In 1943, one of the most famous inventors named Nikola Tesla died from a blood clot. Before his death, he claimed he had built a time machine and used it to travel back in time and in the future. After he died, the United States government took all of his inventions and notes. The name of the office was seized and all of his work was the Office of Alien Property. After they looked through it, they passed it to the FBI.
So I looked it up. I don't know if you guys know the fact check stuff. So it's called The Marvelous Underground Journey, Barron Trump's Marvelous Underground Journey. And it's mostly true with what Wesley is reading. Like some of it's almost all true. The books. Yeah.
According to the fact checker.
Yeah.
The Office of Alien Property.
You can buy it at Barnes & Noble. I'll send you a link of the book.
According to Google says, let's see here, custodian was an
There's
office
the book at Barnes & Noble.
Within the government of the United States during World War I and again during World War II, serving as a custodian of enemy property. So a place where we store enemy properties. that belonged to U.S. enemies. I don't know why that's important. So it was a government office, and that's where they put Nikola Tesla's stuff. After they gave up on trying to figure his inventions out, they hired an outside engineer who could understand the work of Nikola Tesla. And guess who the dude was? John G. Trump.
Huh.
Okay. John Trump is Donald Trump's grandfather, but after studying the time machine notes and inventions of Nikola Tesla, he told the government he didn't find anything. Could he have lied to keep the invention to himself and out of hands of the government? Fun fact, Donald Trump's mom's name is Mary and his father's middle name is Christ. And he was born on the night of a total lunar eclipse. I don't know why that's important. Mary Ann MacLeod Trump is her name. Frederick Christ Trump is his father. Donald Trump, born June 14th, 1946. June 14th, 1946 was a full lunar eclipse. So this breaks it down saying, is Donald Trump a time traveler? A pressing matter largely ignored the mainstream media has come up. Is Donald Trump a time traveler? The question has been circulating on conspiracy theory websites for several months and is backed by various pieces of evidence, such as Donald Trump's uncle John Trump's relationship with Nikola Tesla. Now a series of books published over a century ago is receiving attention for their seemingly all too eerie connections to the Trump family. The books, one of which is titled Baron Trump's Marvelous Underground Journey, has been discussed both on Reddit and 4chan. Baron Trump's Marvelous Journey and its sequel, 1900, or the Last President, are indeed real books written by Ingersoll Lockwood. And then the final message, it was one of those memes that says, Illuminati, don't fucking move. But, now, obviously, when you start talking about Trump, people don't care, and people get angry. If this is a real thing, if Trump could potentially be a time traveler, is it that weird to think one of the richest men in the world would have connections to things that we aren't aware of and has plenty of money?
Or that's why they're rich. Damn, this is like fucking, what's his name? The bad guy in Back to the Future?
Yeah.
What's that dude's name?
I don't remember.
Fuck yeah. He gets the sports almanac. And
yeah.
Shit.
It's kind of weird, though. I mean, there's lots of connections. I mean, who knows? Maybe he went back in time and...
It's Biff, yeah, Biff. Donald Trump is Biff.
Yeah, it's, maybe he went back in time, wrote this book, the money started... Back to the Future. But yeah, kind of an interesting little coincidence. It could just be coincidence.
Yeah.
Ryan Matthews